Find your center now. Find the place in you that is the place that drives you to be here, to come here, to experience this together. Where is that place within you? Do you feel it in your torso, in your head, in your lower body? Is it a sensation? Is it a taste? Is it a smell? Is it a sound? What is the part of you that drives you for personal transformation, for spiritual transformation? Where's the part of you? Where does it live in you? What's the urge? Where's the urge? It must be there someplace. We see you week after week. We know you're reading the books and listening to the talks and watching the videos. Something keeps you pushing. What is it? Know this part of yourself. Don't have a vague relationship to this. Don't have a vague relationship to this. Know what it is that drives you. And then ask yourself, is it outcome driven? Is it outcome based, that which drives me? Is it something I just can't help but do? Or is it something that I'm trying to get something from? It's not that one is necessarily better than the other, but it's good that you know which it is. You want to become aware of the part of you, the place in you, the thing about you that drives you to consider these matters. What are you getting out of it? You know what you're putting into it. What are you getting out of it? What does it want from you? What does it ask of you? Where does it come from? Why do we ask you this question? We're always looking for any opportunity to help you become more conscious. And in this experience, we're looking for the opportunity to help you become more conscious about the journey of consciousness. Why do you do it? Knowing the answer to that will be extremely helpful to you down the road. Because you can refine the why. And it can empower your journey. But you need to know why. You need to know why. We're not going to ask you that right now. Perhaps Elohim will later, we're not sure. If Elohim doesn't, we would ask that you email it to Veronica so that we know. All right then, the Visionaries are next. Yeah, you guys are in for it tonight, so we're not going to stay long because Elohim has a plan. Does that trigger you? Don't let your energy shift. We would love it if no matter what we said, how loud we said it, if we cussed, if we didn't cuss, if we cried, if we got up and ran around in circles, your energy didn't change. Except as that informs who you know yourself to be. That's the only reason. It informs who you know yourself to be. Other than that, pretty much it's our stuff, not yours. Can you pull that one off? Don't pretend you can. We know better. You can't. Could you? Yes. Will you? Eventually. But can you now? Unlikely. It's unlikely. What a noble thing to have as an aspiration. What a noble thing to have as an aspiration. The trick there is to have that aspiration without it making you feel like you're a son of a bitch. Without it making you feel like you're not compassionate to others or concerned about others. The solution to that is, of course, to recognize oneness. When you know you're in oneness, you don't have to take the step of being compassionate for another, because the act of knowing oneness is something far greater. This is how you cannot be affected by the movement, actions, behaviors of others. You can stay in neutral observation, except as it informs you about yourself, without becoming selfish, self-centered, mean, all of those things that people might think you are. You aren't any of those things when you're tapped into the oneness, because in the oneness it goes past all of that. We'll get there. Don't feel pressured. Just consider that thought. Can I experience others without it affecting my center? Or perhaps a better way to phrase it would be, how often can I pull that off? Because you can't do it all the time. And you might not even be able to do it barely at all. But it's something to be keeping in mind. Keeping in mind. All right, Elohim has this whole thing, so we're going to go. Off we go. Okay, so, hi internet people. It's very funny because Veronica thinks that all they can see is her stomach. Okay, now, so everybody feel ready? You've taken off or put on all the clothing or shoes or whatever you want to do. Or everybody okay? Now, the point of tonight's exercise is to say to the other person the answer to the question we're going to ask you. Okay, we're going to be asking questions. It's going to be rapid fire. If you came to the retreat, you got to feel a little bit of this on Saturday when we did What is True Now 5,000 times. It's going to be a little bit like that. There's a reason for it. Go along with it. Drop out if you have to. It's always permission. But we're going to go fast. You might feel silly or giddy, but try to be on the serious side of it. Because we know doing this, moving around, can make you feel goofy, but be serious instead. Okay? Yeah? So let's all take a breath together. Now, internet people, we can't forget about that. Internet people, hello. You guys, since you're all online together, typies, the answers to the questions for each other to read and exchange with each other, okay? So if you're not logged in, you have to be logged in to do this. We forgot to say that at the beginning, but oh well, you'll catch on, right? So the inside people, look at the person when you're answering. Part of this is awareness of oneness, awareness of connection, sharing, looking in each other's eyes, right? Having that experience. That's why we don't want to get silly. We'll maybe get silly toward the end. But at the beginning, we're not going to try. Mary George, we're not being silly. They're making faces at each other. We can feel it from here. Look, see? Yeah, they were doing it.
A moment.
Have a moment, but not too silly. It's hard.
Silly. I wasn't laughing until you said something.
Okay. All right, so we're going to ask the question. The inside people are going to answer first, then the outside people are going to answer all at the same time, right? Internet people are going to type, and then you're going to move this way, inside people. Immediately when you move, you make eye contact immediately. Yeah. That's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to make eye contact, and then we're going to ask the next question. Fair enough? Okay, we're going to do a practice one, where this is a practice one. Ready? We're just going to say, I am willing. So the inside people, eye contact.
I am willing.
I am willing.
Outside people, I am willing. See how this works? Shift. Cautious about the chords. Shift one. Everybody's got to go or nobody can move. Wow. Do you get it? Everyone's laughing. We knew this was going to happen. We're laughing, so of course everyone's laughing. Yes? You feel it? Does everyone got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. So let's take a breath together. Close eyes, breathe in. Okay, here it comes. Ready? I am triggered by.
I am triggered by chaos.
Yeah. Outside people?
I am triggered by past.
Shift.
Good one, Sandra.
It's okay. We only bite sometimes. Yeah, it happens, but not today. There you go. We're going to hold your hands just so you don't run away on it. She walked over and went back over by that chair. Yes. All right, ready? Attention. Yeah. Ready? My greatest fear is?
My greatest fear
Off you go. Next. Yeah, huh? Yeah. Oh, you're still going.
Yeah.
We didn't give enough time. We're apparently holding hands tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.